Today we're going to be doing a Guides for Noobs special on thread writing. I'm going to teach you how to write a successful rants, form feedback, and form thread to make suggestions. I am Blue Louie, and I am a user of the forums. As you can see, I'm an owner of a form feedback forums called Corporations in the Forums. As you can see here is a thread ranting and suggesting more moderation on JAX's part for business. As you can see, I believe this is a necessity. I started with basic writing techniques, using a clear introduction, body paragraphs, and finishing finally with a conclusion. After that, and let my thread run. Key things I would like to point out. An introduction needs to be clear, state your point, and tell why you are writing this thread. I am writing this thread regarding the recent issues involving corporate RUNESCAPE. That would be my reason for writing the thread, which is clearly stated. I then have my body paragraphs, which are in-depth, detailed, and explain what needs to be done, what can be done, and what should be done. This will help JAX, mods, and all players make a decision on the value of your thread. Next, I finish with a conclusion and put re-suggested my suggestions, and at the end, signed my name, said thank you, and said that I am open to any ideas or solutions. That is key. You want to welcome people to post. After this, I left a little bit of space for an important article which I found a couple days writing this thread, and furthered my point about corporate RuneScape and helped to make my thread more comprehensible. After that, I got to a very sensitive topic. Mods are always saying, don't put supporters list in. That, it makes sense. JAX wants to know players' opinions, not just how many people support the idea. So I came up with an idea after talking to a mod friend for notable posts. What I did is I put any post that I deemed notable on here for JAX to read. As you can see, there are quite a few of them, and it is a good solution as many people have gone and looked at them. It also gives people an incentive to write notable posts instead of just posting I support. That way you get more discussion, more feedback, and a better thread overall. After you get to that, you need to tend your thread, be active, and know what you're doing. You need to reply to everything. Tell people they did a good job. Make thoughtful replies, and continue to offer new topics and further discussion. You also need to keep a relevance factor. As you can see, when the topic starts to get older, you need to have a relevance notice like this. Recently there was something caught my attention, so I posted about it. It is even more relevant, and here you go. We're not a corruption scandal, we do not prowl around without the Goyevich. As you can see, stuff like this. Alright, so that's the suggestions thread. This is an example by me, which in my opinion follows all my thread writing tips, goes through a suggestion. Now let's look at some of the threads today. What we see here is the rant. If you put rant in a search box, you'll see all kinds of rants. It's the newly brought back rants form. Now, the pointless rants that you're going to see are PKing, trade limits, stuff like that. JAX has continually said they will not bring this back. So why do people rant about this? This takes up forum space. It's not necessary. If you feel so strong about this issue, reply to someone else's. Do not crowd the threads with another one. I strongly say that. This is a thread that I have chosen to evaluate. It's a random thread. I do not know this person, and we're going to take a look at their thread. As you can see, they have posted. They're talking about how whips, the drop, how often they are dropped seems to have changed. Now, there are a couple of things wrong with this. First, it is not long, it is not visually appealing, and it does not look like it is well thought out. It is one post, and it is short. This is not what you want. You also don't want to put JMods, you don't want to put stuff like abbreviations, you don't want to have double periods, stuff like that. You want to make it look professional. You also want capitalizations, like here. you want good spelling grammar, I suggest spell checking. However, what is good is that they stated their point. It could have been a little bit more clear, but for what this is ranting about, it seems to be good. However, visual appeal is an important thing. Me looking at this thread, I would have turned away because I don't think that they could have expressed their opinion in just that short amount. Another thing that is lacking is a supporters list, the controversial supporters list, or the favorable notable posts. They don't have any way of noting the post, getting JX's attention, or just organizing their thread. Thread organization is a key to writing a successful thread in general. Next you see their activity. They're active, but they are making spelling errors. They are not giving as thoughtful replies as possible. Smiley faces are good, but don't overuse them. You want them to remain professional. As you can see, they did a pretty good job. However, using my tips, this could be a very successful rant for them. And I would like to say that this is a good topic to rant about. It is relevant, it makes sense, and it's not a PK rant. Please think out your topics. Now, one thing that I would like to stress is the use of a word processor, like Word or Notepad or anything that you can use. Writing on the forms is dangerous, can lead to inaccuracy, and this is not what you want to be doing. You'll be much better off writing on a word processor, especially when you get to longer threads like this. You'll feel more comfortable posting your thread all at once and writing it on the thread. So write your threads on a word processor, think them out well, make thoughtful replies, and I'll see you next time on Guides for Noobs. Thanks for watching.